Welcome to this Java Break with Basis. Today we're going to talk about how Basis is investing in your application development. Let's look at our agenda for the day. We're going to talk about the one license type, the Extended Edition. We'll talk about our investment from Basis, both in terms of the big discounts we're offering to upgrade from the Standard Edition to the Extended Edition. We'll talk about the features and functions you'll get with the Extended Edition. And then we'll also talk about the new production-ready business intelligence dashboard for any of you who are already on the Enterprise or Extended Edition, and those of you who are considering the upgrade. We'll talk about its features and functions and give you a demonstration of its capabilities. And then we'll finish off with a discussion as to why you should act now to upgrade from Standard Edition to Enterprise or Extended Edition. And then we'll take your questions. Let's look at the one license type, the Extended Edition. Effective from October the 1st, 2018, we will have a single license type, the Extended Edition. It replaces the Enterprise and Standard Editions. All of the Basis functionality will be contained within one license. It's the same cost as today's Enterprise Edition. All Enterprise Edition licenses will become Extended Edition licenses. What about the Standard to Extended Edition upgrade? Well, Basis is making a very significant investment to help you move across to the Extended Edition with significant savings. Firstly, it's free if you're on SAM on October 1st, 2018 with your Standard Edition. That's a 40% saving on the Enterprise Edition price. If you upgrade or get current on SAM by October 1st, you'll have a savings on the upgrade to Extended Edition of up to 67% off of the regular price as it is today. From October 1, if you upgrade to the Extended Edition, you'll still get a discount of up to 48%, depending upon when your SAM expires on your Standard Edition. Let's look at a highlight of some of the features of the Extended Edition, which really contains 18 years worth of enhancements from Standard Edition Pro 5 or Visual Pro 5 functionality. It still supports Pro 5 and Visual Pro 5, but of course it also supports BBJ. The Basis DBMS is included, and more about that in a minute. We also have the Xcall functionality to be able to call BBJ code from within Pro 5 and Visual Pro 5 in the same way that you might have called another Pro 5 or Visual Pro 5 program. The BBJ functionality is of course included. It's a superset of Pro 5 and Visual Pro 5, 18 years worth of enhancements. We also include the Browser User Interface, or BUI as we call it. And of course you have Java and JavaScript interoperability. And you have open source libraries, both Java and JavaScript, that you can interact with and utilize within your business application, saving you hours, months, years worth of work. Let's have a look at some of the highlighted features of the Basis DBMS that you can now have access to with the Extended Edition. It's configurable via the config.bbx for use with Pro 5 and Visual Pro 5 interpreters. You have data replication, change auditing, asynchronous triggers, store procedures and triggers, Lucene search indexing, that's the Google-like fast searching that you can perform on any Basis data file without rewriting the data file in any way, shape or form, and also it'll be maintained for you automatically by the database management system. You have SQL access to third-party databases and SQL access to a Basis database. We have additional file types available to you, amongst them the exclusive SQL, the XKeyed file, and the VKeyed files. Now let's turn to the production-ready business intelligence dashboard that we've created for you. It can immediately add value to your applications. So let's have a look at how we can turn your legacy software and give it new life and turn it into a peacock from a chicken. Here's a look at the digital dashboard running on an iPad. Let's talk more about what this investment in the business intelligence dashboard looks like. It's a production-ready, customizable business intelligence digital dashboard at no cost to you. It's ready to be added to your existing business application regardless of its age, be it Pro 5, Visual Pro 5, or an older version of BBJ or a current version of BBJ. It utilizes stored procedures in the main to access the data which really means it's standard BBX code and therefore easily adapted to your data by you. The dashboard is delivered to you with pre-built demo data. You can download and install it to your development machine, configure it thereafter to display your data, and present this modern business intelligence tool to your customers. Let's talk a little bit about the features and functions of the dashboard. It's a collection of data widgets, and that data is presented in a variety of graphical chart styles and report grids. You have options to organize the data, you can filter the data, and you can do drill downs from one chart widget to another chart widget. And you can export and share the data via email by doing a screen capture, and you can export it into your favorite spreadsheet program. So from within the digital dashboard, we can pop out a particular chart. We can then drill down into a particular segment, for example here of the pie slice. And then we can choose to save an image, email an image, view the data, or export the data. Let me now hand you over to Paul Yeomans to give you a demonstration of the Business Intelligence digital dashboard in action. Over to you, Paul.
Let's have a look at the production-ready digital dashboard that Basis has built for you. Basis dashboards deliver data as it happens and displays it the way you want it. They provide a quick method to measure performance, reveal patterns, and expose trends to improve business intelligence by visualizing your data. Dashboards save you time and money by making your data both easier to observe and more accessible. When we refer to the digital dashboard, we mean a collection of graphical data widgets displayed in a container frame. As you can see, there are a variety of formats in each widget. We've got bar, pie, and line charts, and report grids. The dashboard scales itself to the screen real estate available to it by resizing and reshuffling the widgets. Each widget can easily be organized by dragging it via the title bar and dropping it into the desired location. The other widgets on the dashboard rearrange themselves automatically to make room for the newly positioned widget. The widgets are organized by category to display on separate tabs. Here we have Sales and Accounting Metric tabs. Users have the option to temporarily close widgets to remove them from view. To view the full list of available widgets, click the Customize button to reveal all available widgets with a description and a sample image. This area makes it easy to add a hidden widget back to the dashboard. Some widgets have filtering options to refine basic reporting parameters. Filters are displayed as a drop-down list at the top of the widget. This allows users to quickly modify the content of the data being displayed. Widgets can be popped out of the dashboard for a closer look. The data points, bars, and slices are clickable to show the data values being displayed. Here are a couple of interesting widgets that highlight the power of data dynamically presented graphically or in grids for informed decision-making. The top sales reps year-to-date widget is a good example of the drill-down function. It looks like Judy Peterson is our top sales performer, but what exactly is she selling? By clicking in her slice, we can view a grid displaying her sales by product category and look back at last year's sales for a comparison. Need to share this information with Judy or the management team? The data in the grid and the charting itself can easily be exported or shared. What is the product mix of our top customers? Well, we could run a report and read through the pages and study the figures to get a sense of who is selling what, or we could have a look at the product mix for top customers widget to quickly assess the trends and make informed business decisions. Hillsboro Bike Center has decent overall sales, but is missing out on accessories and bike component sales. We better get this graphic to the sales department along with all the sales data in a spreadsheet. The Sales by Customer Type widget provides another example of drilling down to increasingly detailed information. We see the total sales by type, but we want more performance information on the dealer sales total. Note that the dollar figure is a hyperlink, and selecting it adds a new tab to the top of the widget and displays each customer's sales totals. Want a more detailed look at Everest Industries? Just click on their customer number to add still another tab with Everest invoices and their invoice totals. Need to review invoice number 5127? A click adds still another tab with the invoice details displaying the item numbers and their quantities. To review the accounts receivable aging totals, we could again run a report, but columns of numbers can be very difficult to quickly get a sense of what the current situation is and what actions need to be taken. Over on the Accounting Metric tab, let's have a look at the AR Aging Totals widget. The more than $4,000 over 60 days old is a bit concerning. Which customers should my team focus on to get these invoices paid? Everest Industries has $1,800 of the total, and the Fitness Center has almost $1,100. Let's focus on getting payments from those two customers. The production-ready dashboard immediately adds tangible value to both character and graphical applications using Pro5, Visual Pro5, or BBJ through the addition of this modern business intelligence tool.
Thanks, Paul. Well, what about deployment? How do you run the digital dashboard? What do you have to do to put it in the hands of the management at your customers' sites? The good news is there's zero client-side deployment required because it runs in the browser. So that can run on the desktop, on a mobile platform, be it a tablet or be it a smartphone. All you have to do is harvest the URL from the Enterprise Manager and email it to the users. So you can see it on a smartphone in portrait mode, and if you turn the phone over, it'll display and automatically adjust into landscape mode. What do you need to do to be able to run it from within existing Pro5 or Visual Pro5 applications? You have two choices. You can either use the basis DBMS to store your data for both Pro5, Visual Pro5, and of course for the BBJ Business Intelligence Digital Dashboard. And that's our strongly recommended route to go. You install BBJ on your server, you modify the config.bbx and the BBJ Pro5 data service settings in Enterprise Manager, and you're done. There's no data conversion required. BBJ will work against that same data without any changes. It now uses the fast memory map file protocol. There's no network or TCP/IP overhead on the machine because it's connecting directly to the data on the same server from BBJ to Pro5. The other choice is to use shared file access. That requires that you turn off exclusive access in the Enterprise Manager, allowing BBJ to use the same locking mechanisms as Pro5 and Visual Pro5 to the data. If you're running Standard Edition, why should you act now? Well, there's a wonderful Standard Edition opportunity. If you don't have SAM coverage, just return to your SAM coverage before September the 30th, 2018, and we'll give you the Extended Edition without any Extended Edition change fee. Let's put that in perspective. What is the investment basis is making in your application for you to make this move as painlessly as possible? We've put together a little chart that you might be able to relate to rather well. We have 3 columns: time since your last upgrade or purchase of your Standard Edition license, your percentage savings if you act now before September 30th, and what your reduced saving would be if you waited until after September 30th. Now, looking down the left-hand column here, we have the time frame, because clearly the cost is all related to how long it's been since your Standard Edition license was covered by SAM. If it's really been a year minus a day, which means your SAM expired a day before you made this decision, your saving in acting now is about 67%. If you wait, it'll still be 48%. In 2 years, 2 years after your last purchase or the last upgrade, the saving is 57%. And if you wait until after October 1, that saving will drop to 31%. 3 years, 49%. Waiting until after October 1, 19%. 4 years, 43%. Waiting until after October 1, 9%. If your license is really old, perhaps never been on SAM or Software Asset Management, or it's expired for a long time, there's still almost a 40% saving by acting now. And of course, if you wait until after the promotion period has expired, until after October 1, you will still receive a saving, although it will be greatly reduced to a 3% saving. So, act now and take advantage of Basis's investment in your application development. Well, let's not stop there. We have 2 more Java breaks coming up. Part 2, we'll talk about how you can get the dashboard either from a download of the product or just get it from a download from our website. And part 3, we'll talk you through the process of connecting to your data set. In other words, what changes would you have to make to the store procedures and the configuration of the production-ready business intelligence dashboard to be able to make it work against your own personal data. If you can't wait for the download and you want to see the digital dashboard in action, go to our website, go to the BBX Web Showcase, and scroll down to the dashboard demos. There you'll see several dashboard demo examples, not exactly the same as the one that we have for you as a pre-configured production-ready version, but you'll certainly see examples of the accounting and sales type charting types. And it's fully configured, pre-configured for you to run off of our website. We host it on an Amazon cloud instance on the West Coast. So obviously your performance will depend very much upon the distance that you're away from that machine. But go ahead and try it. You'll be pleasantly surprised. So in summary today, what have we covered? We've looked at the one license type, the extended edition. We've spoken about Basis's investment, both in terms of big discounts if you're on standard edition to upgrade to extended edition. We've also spoken about the features and functions of the extended edition. And then we've gone on to talk about the production-ready business intelligence dashboard, which is available to you today with the current download of the product. We've spoken about its features and functions, and you've seen a demonstration of it. And we told you why you should act now to take advantage of Basis's largesse. That concludes today's Java break. We'll now take your questions. Due to the differences in latency between our video conferencing service and our worldwide audience, you may experience a short delay before we begin. Please use this time to post your questions to the chat window. We'll be speaking to you shortly.